My child, do not move. Do not look away. I have orchestrated this very second, this exact pulse of time for my voice to reach the sanctuary of your weary soul. I know you were about to give up. I saw the shadow falling across your face as you watched the last glimmer of hope begin to narrow into a thin, cold line. You felt the wind of a closing door, a door you prayed for, a door you bled for, and you thought, this is it. It's over. But listen to the silence of the heavens, for in that silence I am acting. I have reached out my hand, the hand that carved the mountains and smoothed the seas, and I have placed my finger firmly against the hinge of that door. It is vibrating under the pressure of the world trying to shut you out, but it cannot budge. It will not close. It is held fast by the King of Kings, and I am telling you right now, the exit you feared has become the entrance I have secured. Before I reveal the magnitude of the blessing that is rushing toward you, I need you to anchor your spirit in this moment of divine intersection. This is not a coincidence. It is a covenant. If you can feel the warmth of my presence beginning to stir within your chest, I invite you to join this family of believers. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel as a signal to the heavens that you are in agreement with my word. By doing this, you are not just clicking a button. You are marking your territory in the spirit realm and saying, I am ready to receive. Do not let this moment pass you by for those who acknowledge me. I shall acknowledge before the foundations of the earth. Claim your place in this circle of light right now, for the path ahead is being illuminated specifically for your feet to tread. My precious one, I see the tears you've wiped away in secret, and I hear the prayers you were too exhausted to even speak aloud. You have felt like a ghost in your own life, watching others walk through gates of gold while you remained in the hallway of waiting. But the waiting is over. Declare your presence before the throne of grace so the heavens may record your faithfulness. Type I am here, Lord, or 7007 in the comments below to open the gates of heaven over your life. This is your act of faith, your spiritual shout in the wilderness. When you speak my numbers, you activate the frequency of restoration. Your voice matters to me. Your 7007 is a signal that you are ready for the double portion of restoration that I have prepared to pour into your empty cup. The world has tried to convince you that you are behind, that you have missed your window, and that your mistakes have disqualified you from the greatness I whispered into your spirit before you were even born. They are wrong. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. You are not breaking, you are becoming. Every rejection you faced was my protection, a divine redirection to keep you from a room that was too small for your destiny. I am the one who opens doors that no man can shut, and shuts doors that no man should enter. Right now, I am standing at the threshold of your future, holding back the forces that sought to end your season prematurely. Stay with me, for in the next moment of our conversation, I will unveil the deep mystery of why I chose this exact second to step in, and why the darkness is so desperate to keep that door from swinging wide. I have seen the way you drag your feet through the dust of your daily battles, my child. I have felt the heaviness in your bones, a fatigue that sleep cannot reach, and rest cannot cure. I know those mornings when you wake up feeling more tired than when you closed your eyes, wondering if you have the strength to face another sunrise. Your body has become a vessel of silent endurance, carrying the stress of bills, the weight of expectations, and the persistent ache of a heart that feels neglected. I saw you when you thought no one was looking, when you leaned against the wall and let out a sigh so deep it shook the foundations of your spirit. You are not weak because you are tired. You are tired because you have been strong for too long. I have watched you push through the fog of exhaustion, putting on a brave face for those who depend on you, while inside you are pleading for just one moment of true, unburdened peace. I saw you in the middle of the night when the silence of the room became a deafening roar of what-ifs and not enoughs. I was there when the tension tightened across your temples like a band of iron, and when your breath came in short, jagged gasps, because the anxiety felt like a physical weight upon your chest. I saw the tears that didn't even have the strength to fall, the dry weeping of a soul that has been wrung out like a cloth. My beloved, your pain is not invisible to me. Every midnight hour you spent staring at the ceiling, every headache you endured while trying to keep your world from falling apart, I have recorded them all. I have bottled every drop of your silent suffering. You have felt like your life force is draining away like a candle burning at both ends in a windstorm. But I am the source of eternal energy. I am the one who renews the strength of the weary until they soar on wings like eagles. Listen to me now. This season of being drained to the dregs is coming to a close. I am moving through the corridors of your nervous system, smoothing the jagged edges of your stress and breathing my life-giving spirit into your weary cells. I am the great physician, and I am prescribing a divine rest that transcends human understanding. You don't have to carry it all anymore. I am inviting you to lay down the heavy pack you've been lugging up this mountain. If you can feel the tension in your shoulders beginning to melt away as you hear these words, it is because my presence is actively washing over you. This is the healing you've been crying out for. You are being restored piece by piece, breath by breath. I am turning your weariness into a testimony of my sustaining power. Because you have stayed here listening to my voice, I know you are hungry for this restoration. Do not let the enemy steal this peace from you. If you believe that I am the one who heals your diseases and redeems your life from the pit show, your agreement by liking this video and subscribing to this sanctuary of hope. By doing so, you are surrounding yourself with the shield of faith and joining a community that prays for one another in the Spirit. This is your commitment to walk in health and vitality. Furthermore, I want you to claim this healing in the physical realm. Comment "I am restored" or 777 to signal to the atmosphere that you no longer accept the burden of exhaustion. When you type those words, you are casting off the old skin of fatigue and stepping into the new strength I am providing. The door is open and you will need your strength to walk through it. My child, I was there in the room when the person you loved most, the one you trusted with your deepest secrets, uttered words that cut deeper than any double-edged sword. I saw the look of shock in your eyes when you realized that those you had carried through their own storms were now leaving you to drown in yours. I heard the whispers behind your back, the laughter of those who thrived on your downfall, and the cold silence of friends who suddenly became strangers when your seasons changed. You have felt the sting of betrayal like a poison in your veins, wondering why your loyalty was met with abandonment and why your kindness was repaid with cruelty. I want you to know that I felt every vibration of that pain. I was the silent witness to every knife that was turned in your back, and I held you when your heart shattered into 1,000 pieces that you thought could never be mended. I saw the doors that slammed shut just as you reached for the handle. I saw the rejection letters that arrived like cold daggers, the no that came after you had given everything, and the opportunities that seemed to vanish into thin air just as you were about to step into your breakthrough. You have walked up to many gates with hope in your heart, only to have them locked in your face while you watched others walk through effortlessly. You have asked me why them and not me. Why is every path I take blocked by a wall? You felt as though the universe was conspiring against you, as if you were marked for failure. But listen closely, those doors did not close because you were not good enough. They closed because I was standing on the other side, leaning my weight against them to protect you from what you could not see. I closed those doors because I saw the traps hidden behind the gold. I saw the toxicity that would have stifled your spirit, the hidden agendas that would have drained your soul, and the paths that led to a cliff you weren't meant to fall from. Every no you received was my not this way, and every rejection was my divine redirection. I am pruning the dead branches from your life, even the ones you thought were healthy, because I am preparing you for a growth so massive that the old structures could never support it. The people who walked away were not meant for the altitude where I am taking you. Their absence is not your loss. It is my way of clearing the atmosphere so you can breathe the pure air of my favor. I am removing the counterfeit so that when the real blessing arrives, there will be no confusion about who sent it. Do not harbor bitterness for those who left or those who rejected you, for they were merely actors in a play they did not understand, serving my greater purpose for your life. If you can trust that my hand is even in the no, then you are ready for the yes that is coming. I invite you now to release the weight of these betrayals. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel as an act of letting go, signaling to the heavens that you are clearing space for the new tribe and the new doors I am about to open. Join this community of survivors who are becoming victors, and I want you to speak it into existence right now. Type "I release the past" or 1212 in the comments. By typing 1212, you are calling for divine order to be restored in your relationships and your career. Watch as I take the stones they threw at you and turn them into the foundation of your new palace. My chosen one. I know the hollow ache that resides in the center of your chest, the feeling of being a stranger in a room full of people who claim to know you. I have watched you try to dim your light just to fit into the shadows of those around you, only to realize that your soul was never meant to be contained in such small spaces. You have spent your life feeling like an outsider, an observer of a world that speaks a language you cannot quite master. You look at others and see their easy connections, their simple joys, and their sense of belonging, and you ask me, Father, why am I so different? Why is my path so solitary? I want you to know that this isolation was never a mistake. It was a consecration. I have set you apart not to punish you, but to protect the purity of the assignment I have placed upon your life. You cannot walk with the crowd when I am calling you to lead the way. You are the one everyone calls when their world is burning, the shoulder everyone leans on when their strength fails, and the ear that listens to 1,000 sorrows. Yet I have seen you sitting in the silence of your own wreckage, looking at your phone and finding no one to call. You are a giver in a world of takers, a reservoir of compassion that often finds itself running dry because no one thinks to check if the healer is hurting. I have seen the exhaustion in your spirit as you pour out love, time, and resources into people who only remember your name when they need a miracle. Do not be bitter. My child, for your reward is not found in their gratitude, but in my hand. I am the one who replenishes the oil in your lamp. I saw you give your last bit of energy to someone who didn't even say thank you, and I want you to know that in my kingdom that sacrifice is recorded in gold. This season of onliness was necessary because I needed to separate your voice from the noise of the world. In the crowded places, you would have listened to the opinions of men. In the lonely places, you are forced to listen to me. I am stripping away the distractions and the counterfeit dependencies so that you will know without a shadow of a doubt that I am your source. You were not being rejected by people, you were being hidden by me. I have kept you in the secret place, refining your character and strengthening your spirit, because the level of authority I am about to give you would crush an unprepared soul. The chosen one always walks through a desert before they enter the palace. Your loneliness is the womb of your destiny, and right now something magnificent is being birthed in the silence. I want you to stop for a moment and feel my presence surrounding you like a warm embrace. Place your hand over your heart and take a deep, slow breath. I am healing the scars of abandonment right now. I am filling the empty spaces where people let you down. As you feel this shift, I invite you to solidify this moment. If you recognize that you are indeed a chosen one and you are ready to embrace the path I have set for you, like this video and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of saying yes, Lord, to the high calling on your life. Do not walk alone any longer. Join this gathering of those who are also called by my name. Furthermore, I want you to declare your identity. Type "I am chosen" or 888 in the comments below. By typing 888, you are activating a new beginning and a total transformation of your social and spiritual circles. The period of being misunderstood is ending and the season of divine connection is beginning. My child, have you ever wondered why the winds of opposition howl the loudest, just as you are about to reach the peak? Why is it that every time you take a step toward your purpose, the shadows seem to lengthen and the resistance becomes almost unbearable? It is because you carry a frequency of my glory that blinds the spiritual forces of darkness. You are not a random target. You are a strategic threat to the kingdom of shadows. The enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are dormant or defeated. He strikes those who are on the verge of a world-shaking revelation. If you have felt an unusual pressure lately, if you have felt like every door you approach is being slammed shut by an invisible hand, it is not because you have failed me. It is because the darkness has seen the light that is about to erupt from within you, and it is terrified of what happens when you finally walk into your full authority. Understand this mystery: the enemy's greatest fear is not your success, but your realization of who I have made you to be. He has watched you in your seasons of preparation, and he knows that the moment you step through this specific door, his hold over your family, your finances, and your destiny will be shattered forever. He is trying to close the door now because he knows it is the final gate before your promised land. He uses delay to breed doubt, and he uses silence to breed fear. He whispers that I have forgotten you, or that the door is closed because you are unworthy. But I am here to tell you that the darkness is lying because it is desperate. The very fact that the battle has intensified is the greatest proof that your breakthrough is closer than it has ever been. The enemy only screams when he knows his time is short. I have seen the invisible warfare that has been waged against your peace. I saw the spirits of heaviness trying to cloud your vision, making you believe that the walls are closing in. I saw the arrows of confusion sent to make you question the promises I whispered to you in the light. But look closer at that closing door. Do you see what I see? The darkness is pushing with all its might, throwing every lie and every obstacle at the hinge, but the door is not moving. It cannot close because my hand is there. My strength is made perfect in your weakness, and my light is a consuming fire that the darkness cannot comprehend. You are being shielded in the midst of the storm. The enemy thinks he is trapping you, but I am actually using his resistance to build the spiritual muscle you need to sustain the massive weight of the blessing I am about to release. The pressure you are feeling is not meant to crush you. It is meant to compress the coal of your endurance into a diamond of indestructible faith. The darkness wants to close the door to keep you in the familiar territory of your pain, but I am keeping it open to lead you into the uncharted territory of my favor. Every bit of resistance you face today is a measurement of the magnitude of the glory that will follow. Do not be intimidated by the shadows, for they are merely evidence that there is a great light shining behind you. I am your fortress and your shield. As the enemy attempts his final push to shut you out, I am preparing to swing the door wide with such force that every chain currently binding your life will be snapped by the sheer momentum of my grace. You are on the brink of a shift that will leave the darkness trembling in your wake. Imagine, my beloved, the journey of a piece of raw iron. It does not become a masterpiece by sitting in a cool, quiet garden. To become a blade that can cut through the thickest darkness or a shield that can withstand the fiercest arrows, it must first enter the heart of the furnace. I know the heat of your current circumstances feels as though it might consume you. You have cried out to me asking why the fire has been turned up so high and why the cooling waters of my peace seem so far away. But I want you to understand that I am not an observer of your pain. I am the master blacksmith standing over the coals. I am not punishing you, I am purifying you. Every trial that has scorched your spirit was designed to burn away the dross, the pride, the hidden fears, and the dependencies on worldly things that would have caused you to shatter under the weight of the glory I am about to bestow upon you. You are not being destroyed. You are being made fireproof. I have used the heavy blows of life to strike against the jagged edges of your character. Every disappointment, every no, and every moment of being overlooked was a strike of my hammer, shaping you into a form that can carry the destiny I have written for you. A soft metal cannot hold a sharp edge, and a weak soul cannot hold a massive blessing. I have seen you flinch under the impact of betrayal and loss. But look at yourself now. You are stronger than you were a year ago. You have a resilience that you did not possess when life was easy. I am ridding you of the brittle parts of your heart that would have snapped when the real pressure of leadership and abundance arrived. You are being tempered in the secret place of suffering so that when you emerge into the light, you will be unbreakable. Rock bottom was never meant to be your grave. I have used it as the solid granite foundation upon which I am building your new life. I am also using this narrow, difficult season as a filter. Have you noticed how many people have fallen away as the fire grew hotter? Do not mourn them. I have made the door thin because I am filtering out the voices and the influences that are not qualified to enter your next season. The crowd can handle the easy path, but only the refined can walk through the gate of the chosen. I am stripping away the excess baggage, the toxic relationships, the outdated mindsets, and the need for external validation so that you can fit through the opening I have held for you. If I had let you walk through that door with everything you wanted to carry, you would have become stuck, trapped by the very things you refused to let go of. This pruning is my mercy in disguise. I am preparing you to handle the weight of blessing, for real prosperity requires strong shoulders and a heart that has been matured in the forge of endurance. Character is the currency of my kingdom, and I will not give $1 billion assignment to a 10-cent character. I have watched you pass the tests of discouragement and the exams of silence. I have seen you remain faithful when you had every reason to walk away. Because your character is finally beginning to match the size of the prayers you have been sending to my throne, the door must now respond to your presence. The forge is nearly finished with its work. You're coming out of this hidden season as a different person than the one who entered it. You're stepping out with a sharpness of spirit, a clarity of vision, and a weight of authority that can only be earned in the heat. Yield to the process, my child, and do not pull away from my hand. The master knows exactly when the metal is ready. Your transformation is almost complete, and the world is about to see the masterpiece I have been crafting in the dark. Hear the sound of the heavens shifting, for I am the Holy One, the True One, the one who holds the key of David in my sovereign hand. This is not a key forged by human hands or granted by the systems of this world. It is the key of ultimate authority, the key that governs the seen and the unseen. When I turn this key to open a door, no power in hell, no conspiracy of man, and no shadow of doubt can force it shut. And when I close a door, no amount of human striving can pry it open. You have been rattling the handles of doors that were never meant for you, bruising your hands against walls that were built to keep you from harm. But look now at the threshold where you stand. I have stepped into your situation with the master key of the universe, and I am declaring over your life that the season of being locked out is over. I know your works, my beloved child. I have watched you labor with little strength, yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name, even when the world mocked your faith. I see that you feel small and forgotten, like a flickering candle in a great storm. But listen to my decree. Because you have endured, I have set before you an open door which no one can shut. I have seen the enemies of your soul who said you would never make it, who whispered that you were disqualified and finished. I will make them come and bow down before your feet and acknowledge that I have loved you with an everlasting love. The door I am opening for you today is not a temporary entrance. It is a permanent gateway into the destiny I wrote for you before the sun first rose. No boss, no bank, and no betrayer can reverse the motion of the key I have already turned. If you believe in this promise, if you can feel the weight of this divine truth settling into your spirit, then I invite you to act upon this word right now. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel as a sacred act of agreement. By doing so, you are signaling to the spirit realm that you are no longer a victim of circumstances, but a co-heir to my kingdom. This is how you help my light reach the corners of the world where other souls are still wandering in the dark, searching for their own open door. Join this family of believers who stand on the firm foundation of my word. Let your subscription be your yes to my yes, and watch how I begin to manifest this open door in your physical reality. You are not just watching a video, you are participating in a spiritual alignment that will change the trajectory of your lineage forever. The key of David is turning in the lock of your finances, your health, and your family legacy. You have been waiting for a man to give you permission, waiting for a committee to approve you, or waiting for luck to find you. But I am the king who needs no permission. I am the judge who overrules every earthly verdict. The door that is opening now leads to a place of more than enough. It is a door of favor where you will find resources you didn't work for and blessings you didn't expect. I am opening doors of healing in your body that doctors said were permanent. I am opening doors of reconciliation in your home that pride had bolted shut. This is the authority of the key. It bypasses human logic and destroys every obstacle. Stand tall and prepare to walk through, for when the King of Glory opens a way, the entire universe must stand aside to let his child pass through. I have placed this authority within you as well. When you speak my name, you are turning the key. When you praise me in the midst of the struggle, the door begins to creak open. Stop looking at the size of the mountain and start looking at the one who created it. The key is in the lock. The hinges are moving. The light from the other side is already spilling onto your face, chasing away the shadows of your past. You are not just entering a new room, you are entering a new dimension of my grace. Trust the key. Trust the one who holds it. The path ahead is clear and the entrance is wide. Nothing will stop it, for my word does not return to me void, but it accomplishes exactly what I sent it to do. My child, I have heard the clock ticking in your mind, each second feeling like a hammer blow against your patience. I have seen you look at the calendar with a heavy heart, counting the days, the months, and even the years that seem to have slipped through your fingers like sand. You see others around you sprinting ahead, celebrating their milestones, while you feel anchored to the same spot, crying out in the quiet of your room. How much longer, Father, have you forgotten the promises you made to me? I want you to breathe deeply and listen to my heart. What you have perceived as a painful delay is actually my divine shielding. You were frustrated when that path was blocked, when that job offer never arrived, or when that person walked out of your life. You saw it as a rejection, but I saw it as a rescue. You didn't see the hidden storm brewing further down that path. You didn't see the toxicity behind the walls of that opportunity. I didn't hold you back to hurt you. I held you back because I was protecting my investment in your soul. I am the God who sees the end from the beginning, and while you are focused on the immediate disappointment, I am focused on the eternal destination. Think of your life as a great ship navigating through a fog-covered harbor. You want to go full speed toward the first glimmer of light you see, thinking it is your goal. But I am the captain who knows that the light you see is a distraction, and there are jagged rocks hidden just beneath the surface of that route. My weight is the movement of my rudder, steering you away from a shipwreck you wouldn't have survived. I am purposefully blocking the old narrow door you were so desperate to crawl through because I am forcing your gaze to shift upward. If I had let you settle for the good thing you were chasing, you would have never had the room or the hunger for the extraordinary thing I am currently building for you. Delay is not my absence. It is my strategic presence orchestrating every minute detail of your arrival. This waiting room where you have been sitting is not a prison. It is a spiritual construction site. During these months of silence, I have been working on the infrastructure of your soul. I am strengthening the foundation of your character because a mountaintop blessing requires a mountain-proof foundation. If I gave you the influence and the abundance you asked for before you were ready, the weight of the blessing would crush you. I am teaching you how to find peace when the bank account is low, how to find joy when the room is empty, and how to find my voice when the world is screaming. I am maturing you so that when you finally walk through the grand gate I have held open, you won't just occupy the position, you will have the wisdom to keep it. I am building you for longevity, not just for a fleeting moment of success. If you can feel the truth of this revelation vibrating in your spirit, do not stay silent in the face of my grace. I invite you to like this video and subscribe to this channel right now as a sacred testimony that you trust my timing above your own. By doing this, you are aligning your heartbeat with the rhythm of heaven and signaling to the atmosphere that you are no longer a slave to the clock of this world. You are a child of eternity. This family of believers is here to stand with you as you transition from the waiting room to the throne room. Join us and let this be the moment you stop fighting the clock and start trusting the Creator of time. Furthermore, I want you to seal this trust with a declaration of faith. Do not let the enemy whisper lies of too late or never into your ear. Stand your ground and declare my sovereignty over your season. Type "I trust your timing" or 1111 in the comments below. The number 1111 is a divine signal of alignment and transition. When you type it, you are announcing to the spiritual realm that you recognize my hand in the delay and you are ready for the shift. You are moving from a season of not yet into a season of suddenly. The wait has served its purpose. Your character is refined, your faith is tempered, and the door is vibrating with the pressure of the miracle that is about to burst through. Listen closely. My beloved, for the silence of the heavens is about to be broken by the sound of a sudden shift. I have watched you navigate the long, quiet corridors of waiting, but I am now accelerating the pace of my providence. Within the next 24 hours, I am releasing a series of divine ripples that will touch the shores of your reality. These will not be coincidences, nor will they be the result of human luck. They are the deliberate signatures of my hand intended to show you that the door I have been holding for you is finally beginning to swing wide. You have felt stagnant as if the clock of your life had stopped. But I am the master of time, and I am about to make up for every lost moment with a burst of divine momentum. Pay attention to the small things, for I often hide my greatest miracles in the subtle movements of the day. Watch your notifications and your messages, for I am moving upon the hearts of people you have not heard from in a long season. Someone is being prompted by my spirit right now to speak your name in a room of influence. A name from your past, or perhaps a professional connection you thought had gone cold. will resurface with an unexpected inquiry or an invitation that feels like a breath of fresh air. Do not dismiss it as a random occurrence. It is the key turning in the lock. I am also stirring the atmosphere of your finances. You may see a small seed of provision, a refund, a gift, or an unexpected resolution to a debt that serves as a first fruit of the harvest I am preparing. These 24 hours are a prophetic window designed to wake up your faith and remind you that I am alive and active in the details of your survival. I am also placing a new song in your heart and a strange, unexplainable peace in your mind during this window. You will feel a sudden urge to pray for something specific, or perhaps you will feel a heavy burden suddenly lift from your shoulders for no apparent reason. That is the moment my angels are clearing the path ahead of you. When you see these signs, the email that arrives at just the right moment, the phone call that answers a silent prayer, or the financial relief that meets a pressing need, I want you to stop and whisper my name. Acknowledge that I am the one holding the door, for your gratitude is the fuel that will accelerate the next phase of your breakthrough. This is not the end of the journey, but it is the definitive end of the delay. The gears of heaven have locked into place, and the movement you are about to witness cannot be stopped by any earthly power. Because I am doing a new thing in this very hour, I want you to anchor your expectation in my word. Do not let the spirit of doubt whisper that this is too good to be true. If you are ready to witness these 24 hours of divine impact, show the heavens your readiness. Like this video and subscribe to this channel now as an act of prophetic anticipation. By doing so, you are positioning yourself at the threshold, ready to catch the first light of the new dawn. Furthermore, I want you to claim this 24-hour window with a bold declaration. Type "I am watching for my miracle" or 333 in the comments below. The number 333 is a sign of my divine presence and the confirmation of my promise. When you type it, you are sealing your expectation and telling the atmosphere that your eyes are open to see what I am doing. Stand your ground, for the hand that holds the door is about to pull you through into a new reality. My child, I have seen the empty spaces in your life where there used to be laughter, where there used to be abundance, and where there used to be peace. I have watched the locusts of this world, the trials, the betrayals, the sickness, and the systemic failures descend upon your fields and devour the harvest you worked so hard to plant. I have seen the years you feel you have lost to grief, to bad decisions, or to the cruelty of others. You look back at the wreckage and think, I can never get that time back. I can never recover what was taken. But I am not a God of simple addition. I am the God of exponential restoration. Hear my decree over your life this day. I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten, the crawling locust, the consuming locust, and the chewing locust. What was taken in one season will be repaid in another with such a heavy overflow that your storehouses will not be able to contain it. I am moving into the areas of your life where you have experienced lack. I see the bank accounts that have been drained by emergencies, the investments that withered, and the opportunities that were stolen by those more cunning than you. I am not only the God of your spirit, but I am the God of your supply. I am working behind the scenes to redirect the wealth that was unjustly taken from you. Do not ask me how, for my ways are higher than your ways. I am opening hidden springs of provision and causing the very people who overlooked you to now seek you out with offers of restoration. Your finances are being recalibrated under the law of my kingdom. The honor that was stripped away from you in public will be restored to you in double measure. Where there was shame, there shall be a robe of favor. Where there was emptiness, there shall be a crown of beauty. If you believe that I am the God who can turn back the clock and multiply your blessings, then I invite you to make a move of faith right now. Join this sanctuary of the redeemed by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel. This is your way of telling the enemy that he cannot keep what he stole from you. By joining this family, you are surrounding yourself with the testimony of my power, reinforcing your belief that the drought is over and the rain of my favor is beginning to fall. This act of agreement is a signal to the heavens that you are ready to manage the much that I am about to entrust to your hands. Do not let the shadow of your past losses dim the light of your future gains. I want you to claim this restoration with your words. For your words are seeds that take root in the fertile soil of my promises. Do not agree with the lack, agree with the supply. Do not agree with the brokenness, agree with the healing. I am the God of Joel 2:25, and I am standing by my word to perform it in your life starting today. Type "I receive my restoration" or 888 in the comments below. The number 888 represents a new beginning, a total renewal of your cycle of life. When you type it, you are sealing the return of your time, your money, and your joy. The locusts are being driven out by the wind of my spirit, and in their place I am planting a garden that will never wither. Your best years are not behind you. They are standing right in front of you, waiting for you to walk through the door I am holding open. My child, I have watched the empty chairs around your table and the silence in your phone that used to be filled with the voices of those you thought would be with you forever. I know the sting of being excluded from the groups you once led, and the coldness of being unfollowed by those you helped when they had nothing. You have spent nights wondering what you did wrong and why your circle has shrunk until it feels like it is just you in the silence. But I want you to look at those empty spaces not as a vacuum, but as a sanctuary I have cleared for my presence. I was the one who allowed the misunderstandings to happen. I was the one who permitted the distance to grow. I did not do it to isolate you. I did it to insulate you. Many of those people were anchors disguised as sails. They were comfortable with your struggle, but they would have been intimidated by your success. I removed them because they were not equipped to handle the weight of the glory I am about to place on your life. Listen to the truth of the heavens. There are people in your past who were only assigned to you for a season of training. They were the sandpaper I used to smooth your rough edges, but now that the work is done, the sandpaper must be set aside. Those who walked away when you were in the fire are not qualified to sit at the table of your feast. I am now orchestrating a divine realignment of your relationships. In this coming season, you will not have to beg for loyalty or audition for love. I am bringing forth your tribe people who see the light in you and are not afraid of its brightness. I am bringing mentors who will pour into you, partners who will protect your purpose, and friends who will love you for who you are, not for what you can give them. This is the hour of the great sorting. I am separating the wolves in sheep's clothing from the true laborers of my harvest. I have seen the way you have been misrepresented and the way your name has been dragged through the mud by those who never understood your heart. My child, do not waste your breath defending yourself. I am your vindicator. I am the one who will set the record straight. Those who mocked your faith and laughed at your open door will soon have to witness the very blessings they said would never come. I am not doing this to embarrass them, but to glorify my name through you. They will see you walking in an authority they cannot explain and a peace they cannot steal. Some will return to apologize, and I will give you the wisdom to know who to forgive from a distance and who to allow back into your inner circle. But remember, the door I have opened is for the new you, and many from your past are still looking for the old version of you that no longer exists. If you are ready to let go of the ghosts of your past and welcome the divine connections I am sending, then do not remain silent. I invite you to like this video and subscribe to this channel as a physical act of closing the door on toxic ties and opening your heart to my kingdom family. By doing this, you are telling the spirit realm that you no longer define yourself by who left you, but by the one who stayed. Furthermore, I want you to claim this social and spiritual realignment. Type "I trust my new circle" or 444 in the comments below. The number 444 is a sign of my protection and the presence of my angels surrounding your house and your heart. When you type it, you are sealing the departure of the pretenders and the arrival of the faithful. Your new life requires new company, and I am the one who is handpicking those who will walk beside you into the promised land. My beloved child, look up and behold the threshold you have finally reached. This is not the wooden door of your past that could be splintered by the winds of change, nor is it the iron gate of your trials that kept you locked in the cold. I have led you to what I call the diamond door. It is a portal forged in the intense pressure of your suffering, transparent as glass, yet harder than any obstacle the world has ever thrown at you. It reflects the light of my glory in 1,000 different directions, and it is finally swinging wide. You have spent so long standing in the shadows of the hallway, looking through the keyhole and catching only small glimpses of the life I promised you. But the season of peering through the cracks is over. The hand that held the hinge is now pulling you forward. Take a step. Do not hesitate because of the scars on your feet, for those scars are the very credentials that allow you to walk upon this holy ground. The atmosphere on the other side of this door is unlike anything you have ever breathed. It is the air of ultimate peace. A peace that does not depend on your bank account, your health, or the opinions of men. As you step through, you will feel the heavy cloak of surviving fall from your shoulders, replaced by the light mantle of reigning. I see the shift in your identity happening right now. For years, you have lived as a beggar of grace, hoping for crumbs of affection and scraps of opportunity. You have walked with your head down, trying not to take up too much space. But as you cross this diamond threshold, I am changing your title. You are no longer the one asking for a seat at the table. You are the one I have appointed to host the feast. You are moving from a reservoir that was constantly running dry to a fountain that overflows to water the gardens of everyone around you. You are becoming a blesser of nations. I saw you when you were at the back of the line, waiting for someone to notice your worth. I saw the moments you were bypassed for promotions and ignored in times of celebration. But in this new room, your position is established by my own hand. You are stepping into a position of spiritual authority where your words carry weight and your prayers shift the atmosphere of your home and your city. The very people who once looked down on you will now look to you for wisdom, for they will see the radiance of the diamond door reflected in your eyes. This is not for your pride, but for my purpose. I am giving you a platform so that you can show the world what I can do with a heart that refused to break in the furnace. You are entering a season of suddenlies where the things that took others decades to achieve will happen for you in a matter of months, because you are walking in the accelerated favor of the Most High. If you can feel the warmth of this new horizon touching your spirit, do not let this moment of revelation slip away. If you believe that you are finally stepping through the door into your true identity, I invite you to join this collective of believers who are moving from glory to glory. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel as a sign that you are leaving the hallway of waiting behind forever. By doing this, you are marking your transition and inviting the Holy Spirit to be your guide in this new territory. This is your yes to the abundance I have prepared. Moreover, I want you to claim this new authority with a declaration of faith. Type "one step through my door" or 222 in the comments below. The number 222 is the sign of divine alignment and the manifestation of my promises. When you type it, you are sealing your exit from the old and your entrance into the new. The diamond door is open and your life will never be the same. My child, do not let the fear of the unknown dampen the joy of your breakthrough. I know that as you stand on the other side of this open door, a new kind of anxiety whispers in your ear. You wonder if this blessing is too good to last, or if the enemy will strike now that you are finally in the light. Hear my voice clearly. I did not bring you through the furnace to let you be consumed by the wind on the other side. I am not just the one who opens the door. I am the one who stands guard at the threshold. I am your wall of fire. Just as I protected my people in the wilderness with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, I have encircled your life, your family, and your newfound prosperity with a divine perimeter that no weapon formed in the shadows can penetrate. You are moving under a canopy of my sovereign protection, and your peace is sealed by my own decree. No thief can climb over my wall, and no liar can talk their way through my gates. I have commanded my angels to take charge over you, to bear you up in their hands, so that you do not even dash your foot against a stone. You have walked through the valley of the shadow of death, but you need fear no evil, for I am with you. My rod and my staff, they comfort you. When the enemy looks at you now, he does not see a weary traveler. He sees the radiance of the Most High reflecting off the armor of light I have placed upon you. I am your refuge and your fortress, the God in whom you can safely trust. The arrows of gossip, the darts of jealousy, and the traps of the wicked will fall harmlessly at your feet. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but the destruction shall not come near your dwelling. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High, dwelling under the shadow of the Almighty. Your home is a sanctuary, your mind is a fortress, and your future is a locked vault that only my hand can access. This protection is your birthright as a child of the King, but it must be activated by the alignment of your spirit. If you feel the shield of my presence wrapping around you even as I speak, do not let this moment of safety fade into the noise of the world. I invite you to like this video and subscribe to this channel as a physical act of building your house upon the rock. By joining this family of faith, you are placing yourself in a stream of continuous prayer and divine coverage. We stand together as a wall that the gates of hell cannot prevail against. This is not just a digital connection, it is a spiritual alliance. Subscribe now to ensure that every message of protection and provision reaches your heart, keeping your spirit vigilant and your heart at rest. You are not alone in this battle, and you will never have to fight for your peace by your own strength again. My strength is your shield. I want you to speak this protection into the atmosphere of your life right now. For the enemy flees when he hears the roar of my children's faith. Do not be silent while the angels are waiting for your command of agreement. Type "I am protected" or 9191 in the comments below to seal this wall of fire around your household and your destiny. By typing 9191, you are calling upon the fullness of the promise found in my 91st Psalm, declaring that no plague shall come near your tent and no disaster shall overtake your purpose. As you type these words, visualize every chain of fear breaking and every shadow of doubt dissolving in the heat of my presence. You are safe, you are secure, you are shielded by the King of Kings. The door is open, the path is clear, and the wall of fire is burning bright to light your way and consume every obstacle that dares to stand in your path. Behold, for I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the one who was, who is, and who is to come. When I speak, the foundations of the earth tremble, and when I move, the stars in their courses align to my will. I do not offer you a mere suggestion or a fleeting wish. I am offering you a divine covenant, an oath sworn by my own name, because there is no name greater. Hear me. My beloved child, the promise I have made to you this day is not subject to the shifting winds of the economy, the whims of your enemies, or the limitations of your own past mistakes. I have etched your name into the palms of my hands, and I have signed this decree of your breakthrough with the eternal light of my glory. When I say that I am holding the door open for you, it is an irrevocable law of the Spirit. Not all the powers of darkness combined, nor all the schemes of men can move my finger from that hinge. My word is the bedrock of the universe, and it shall not return to me void. It will accomplish exactly what I have sent it to do in your life, down to the very last detail. I have seen your doubt whispering in the quiet moments, asking if you are worthy of such a profound oath. But understand this mystery: my love for you is not based on your perfection, but on my faithfulness. I chose you before the world began, and I knew every tear you would shed and every stumble you would make. Even so, I swore an oath to be your provider, your protector, and your vindicator. This is a covenant of grace that cannot be broken. I am the God who keeps his word for 1,000 generations. The delays you faced were not signs of my forgetfulness, but markers of my preparation. I have been working behind the scenes, weaving together a tapestry of favor that will leave you breathless. Believe me when I tell you that the struggle you are leaving behind is nothing compared to the glory that is about to be revealed through you. I have put my own reputation on the line to see you flourish, and I do not fail. As we reach this sacred pinnacle of my message, I want you to feel the weight of this divine oath settling upon your soul. This is the moment where your faith meets my sovereignty. If you can feel the truth of my covenant burning like a fire in your bones, do not let this moment pass without a final act of devotion. Join this family of believers who live under the shadow of my oath. Like this video and subscribe to this channel as your signature upon this heavenly contract. By doing so, you are not just watching. You are entering into the covenant of the chosen. You are choosing to walk in the light and to be a vessel of my miracles. This is your appointment with destiny. Stay with me for one final moment, for as this chapter closes, I am about to show you how to place the final seal upon this prophecy, ensuring that every word I have spoken today becomes your lived reality starting this very hour. My precious child, we have reached the moment of divine finality. The atmosphere around you is now heavy with the weight of my glory, and the door that I have held open with my own hand is vibrating with the urgency of your future. I have spoken my promises, I have revealed the secrets of your trials, and I have sworn an oath to be your vindicator. But there is one final step that only you can take. A miracle is a partnership between my sovereignty and your faith. I have provided the door, I have provided the light, and I have provided the protection, but you must be the one to step across the threshold. You must move from being a listener to being a possessor. The seal of this prophecy is not just in my words, but in your bold acceptance of them. Do not let the enemy steal this seed as you leave this moment. Instead, lock it into your spirit with an act of spiritual defiance against every doubt that ever tried to keep you small. This is the hour to activate the miracle. I am calling you to perform a prophetic act of reception. Do not remain a passive observer of my grace. Reach out and grab the handle of the life I have prepared for you. To activate this shift immediately and to signal to the entire spirit realm that you are no longer waiting, but walking, I want you to place your final seal on this message. Type "I receive God's open door" or 77777 in the comments right now. By typing these words, you are not just interacting with the screen. You are signing your name to the heavenly decree. You are declaring to the darkness and the light that you have accepted my invitation. When you type 7777, you are invoking the perfection of my timing and the completion of your struggle. Let the sound of your faith echo through the halls of heaven. It is done. The door is yours. The season of lack is finished. My beloved, as you step into this new reality, remember that you do not walk alone. You are now part of a global family of the chosen, a community of light bearers who are reclaiming their destinies just like you. To ensure that you never miss another divine instruction and to keep your lamp burning bright, I invite you one last time to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Welcome to your new home. By staying connected, you are making a commitment to your own growth and ensuring that my voice remains the loudest sound in your life. Press that button now as a final act of agreement with the miracle I have begun in you today. You have found your tribe, and I have found my faithful servant. Your journey into abundance has just begun, and the protection I promised is already moving ahead of you to clear the way. Go now and live your best life, for I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Do not stress, do not fear, and do not look back at the doors I have closed behind you. Your future is bright, your supply is endless, and your peace is secure. But as you walk through this first door, keep your heart expectant and your spirit humble. For this door is only the beginning of the wonders I have in store for you. There is a deeper mystery, a secret about the second key that governs the treasures of the hidden places. It is a revelation of even greater authority that I will unveil to you in our very next conversation. Until then, rest in my love, walk in my favor, and remember I have held the door for you, and now it is wide open.